After everything that took place, you just can't make this up. You just can't make this
And
up.
I don't understand why it's so difficult for the press to have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is. The late, great journalist Harry Evans, one time said that, journalists should, really try to achieve objectivity. And by that, he said, I mean, they should cover the object. Well, the object in this case is Donald Trump. His demagoguery, his danger to our country and the world, and stick with it.
Oh, Hillary, let's go and repeat it, Patriots. Y'all know how we say it. Hands behind your back, ma'am. Hands behind your back. We know all y'all been sipping together. Matter of fact, again, breathe in this walkie-talkie, just like Nancy did. We had to make Nancy breathe in the walkie-talkie. You got to breathe in this walkie-talkie too. We know Kamala drunk the entire inventory. DEI, drunk entire inventory. All y'all is drunk. Spewing out all this hatred. And you wonder why where we're at now. Hands behind your back, ma'am. Can't accept what took place in 2016. We know. And we know about you Clintons and Obamas. And we encourage everybody to go out and vote, man. It's time to drain the swamp. Too big to rig. Threat to our democracy. Oh, our sweet apple pie democracy. Constitutional republic. They should be ashamed of themselves, man. An absolute disgrace. But what's going on, beautiful people, my brothers and sisters, and beautiful patriots? What's going on, y'all? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. It's Trump 2024 over here, baby. I ain't lying to you. So I got to throw, where my jam at, man? Where my jam? I got to throw my jam on, man. Yeah. Where my jam at? I got to throw that jam on. They better not copyright you, boy. What that song is? I got to find that song for them Patriots. You know what I'm saying? We got to turn the party up today. Yeah, there you go. Here y'all go. Yeah.
Trump 2024. Trump 2024. Trump.
Woo! Y'all ready? Y'all ready to vote? Go out there and vote now. Go out there and vote. Come on now.
Trump 2024.
Woo! Boy, man, that right there gets my testosterone kicking. That gets that bloodstream flowing. That gets them hormones working right there. Yeah, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. I hope the week is treating you guys well, man. Bless you all and your families, man. We've gotten so much love and support. So much coming in tonight. Kind donations, amazing emails, comments, DMs. See, a lot of y'all have been receiving your gifts, free hats and free shirts we've sent out. We've taken care of a lot of channel members. And again, if you are a channel member, please make sure you reach out to me. Keep reaching out to me because right now it's just me, myself, and I. There's no management team. There isn't somebody behind the scenes. It's just Brother Rick. And I love y'all, man. And I want to be a blessing and put as many smiles as I can on you guys' face, man. Even if y'all, again, before y'all watch this, you watching this channel, what was I to y'all? A stranger. And they say, why is that fella loving on so many strangers? Why does he call them family? Why does he call him his brothers and sisters? It's very, very important, you guys. We got to come together. We got to love one another, man. Let bygones be bygones, You might not agree with everything. I might not agree with on your side of everything. But I want to tell you that I love you and I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. We live in a very, very fast time travel. And pretty soon we'll all be gone. And any time from now. And they're going to come back in 2024 and say, what though? What's going on around these times? It's corrupt. We are not against a candidate. We are against a machine. It's a lot of corruption, a lot of lies, brainwashing that's taking place, man. to a lot of lies and failures, you know, that we're seeing with our own eyes, our own ears. People are sick and tired. Millions are struggling and dying right now, man. It's time for a change, y'all. Time for a change. And to see what we've seen take place this year alone with DJT, man, Donald J. Trump, how they wiped him through the mud. We've sat through sham trials that could have been bought years ago. You know, they just turned the fella into a felon. They wiped him through the mud. They want to take his money, you know, take all his everything, his resources, his livelihood, raiding him, raids, you know, impeachments. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Arrest, and they don't want him here. Hate to break it to you, they don't want the man here. They spew out all this hatred, this negativity, this ridiculous rhetoric. It's just crazy, man. Dictator on day one, Hitler, threat to democracy, our sweet apple pie democracy. Constitutional republic, huh? Project 2025. Just crap, man. You know, things that have already been debunked. You know, it takes short little clips and they spin it and take it out of context. He's such an evil, bad man. He's a racist. Get that crap out of here, man. You know, ain't nobody falling for all the BS and crap anymore. Propaganda, all the lies. It's just ridiculous. Nobody's falling for that stuff no more, man. And I believe this year it's going to be too big to rig. Too big to rig. And that we the people, that Americans, have common sense and they understand what's really going on and how corrupt it is.
Second assassination attempt on Trump. Democrats and the liberal media are right back at it, treating the former president like he's some kind of unique threat. Hillary Clinton, never one to miss the spotlight, argues that the media isn't doing enough to paint Trump as a danger.
I don't understand why it's so difficult for the press to have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is. The object in this case is Donald Trump, his demagoguery, his danger to our country and the world. Americans need to understand that they have to take Trump both seriously and literally. He has said what he wants to do. He and his allies with Project 2025, his desire to be a dictator.
Hillary's friends in the media couldn't
Hands behind your back, ma'am.
wait to jump in, quick to twist the story and pin the blame on the GOP and Trump himself for the assassination attempt.
The Trump campaign is seizing on this apparent assassination attempt as a way to rile up his base.
Violent rhetoric in America in presidential campaigns has been unprecedented since Donald Trump first came onto the scene in 2016.
The violence is coming from them.
The former president certainly could do a lot to make himself safer.
If Donald Trump wants Kamala Harris and others to stop saying that he is a threat to democracy, then he should stop threatening democracy.
Quit blaming folks until you decide to take a look at what's coming out of your mouth.
Right now, you have a former president who, yes, has been the target of apparent assassinations twice, but is also an instigator of political violence.
All right, Jesse, they've called him Hitler. They say he's dangerous. He's an existential threat.
It's just ridiculous. You know, they just show clips of the spew. I mean, just the fake news, the woke media, the enemy of the people, the race baiters, the race hustlers. But hey, stay woke. And they don't want to admit to it. They don't want to admit to it, and they never will. And they're going to continue to wipe this man through the mud, like I told y'all. They're going to continue to wipe him through the mud. They're going to continue to wipe his running mate through the mud. They're going to wipe everybody through the mud. Prayers for Trump, man. Prayers for the Trump team, the Trump campaign. Prayers for him and his family, his protection. You know, because we don't, again, I'll be real with y'all. We don't know what to expect next, man. And I hate that I have to say it that way, but we don't know what to expect next. You see why inside jobs is trending. I mean, you see why all this stuff is trending, man.
And Hillary doesn't understand why it's so difficult to have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is. What does she want, a bounty on his head?
She does. Fidel Castro, we tried to assassinate him. Dictator Mao, Stalin, we fought a Cold War against him. Mussolini, Hitler, we went to World War II against those guys. Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, 2 dictators we violently overthrew. So when you have a media industrial complex that repeats that this one politician is a dictator, it goes deep into the American subconscious that sees a dictator as someone that needs to be eliminated. And it's in our DNA as Americans, whether it's a king, an autocrat, or a dictator, to want to push them out of power because of what happened in the Revolutionary War. And you're inviting lost souls looking for a reason to live, to want to be a hero, to want to be a savior, to save democracy. And look at how the media is characterizing this guy, Ryan Ruth. They've called him a crusader for causes. They've called him a super citizen. They've said he has a sense of duty that's apparently driven him. Those aren't the things you call an assassin. Those are crazy things that should never be associated with a guy. Now, after the first assassination attempt, guy was a little opaque. And so Trump said, let's have a moment of unity for this country. And even Joe Biden said, let's calm things down. And then they went right back to it. And then you have a second assassination attempt. And Donald Trump has had it. You get 2 shots. That's enough. And he laid the blame squarely on the left. And instead of having a little bit of self-reflection, the left got defensive. And they said, no, you're responsible for people trying to kill yourself. And then Don Lemon says basically, Trump needs to stop running or else he's going to get more bullets. That's crazy. We are in a danger zone right now, Judge Jeanine, and I'm really, really praying for the health and safety of this president.
You know, Harold, if Donald Trump's rhetoric is to be blamed for his own assassination attempts, if someone tried to assassinate, God forbid, Kamala, blaming Trump would be off the table, wouldn't it? I mean, he wouldn't be responsible for that too, would he?
It's good to be with you. I don't blame any specific person. I've tried to say over and over again that we live in a time where all of this seems to be being catalyzed and empowered by kind of a circular reinforcing media and social media. I think we live in a time where people are able to say things and hide behind pseudonames, hide behind a social media, things that would not have been said. People may have thought 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, but now people feel empowered to say them. We've all, unfortunately, around this table had things said about us and even things that sounded like the person wanted to be violent against us. This is a moment for everyone to take account for all of their words. I think there's a difference between tough, spirited, even critical narratives and language in campaigns. Greg said something yesterday how he didn't want to police, and I may be paraphrasing it wrong, but he didn't want to police what people said or how they said it. We should be able to take that in public life. But we've reached a point where it is emboldening people and radicalizing people. I read some things about, I agree with you, that this guy tried to kill someone and it happened to be the president of the United States. He seemed to, over a period of time, disagree with President Trump on some serious issues. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're radicalized to the point where you think it's okay to act on it, even this kid in Butler, Pennsylvania, something's wrong. And we all, I think, have to step back and try to understand what's happening here. And if there are things we can all do individually, we should all commit ourselves to trying to do that. But I'm with you. This guy tried to kill the president of the United States, and anyone that tries to characterize it any differently is lying to themselves, is lying to our political system, is doing a disservice to the conversation, a massive disservice, fatal disservice to the conversation we're trying to have about what indeed is a danger to our country.
You know, speaking of a disservice, Dana, you know, Wolf Blitzer says that the Trump camp is actually seizing on the assassination attempt as a way to rile his own base.
Yes, it goes back to that Politico headline I had that Republicans are outraged about the second assassination attempt, as if nobody else is, that if you're a Democrat, you wouldn't be outraged by it, which I hope is not true. But the victim blaming here is really off the charts. It's like Donald Trump wore a really short skirt to the putting green, therefore he deserved to possibly get assassinated. I mean, where have we heard that before? And then people would be outraged by it. And we're at this, I heard it described today as a civilizational crossroads. And there are many people on the left who have said, you know, it would be better if he just didn't exist. Yeah. Well, be careful if you get your wish, because your problems are not going to go away. And you need to try to beat him and the policies on the merits. And they're actually not trying to do that. We'll get into more of that later in the show.
How do you explain the fact, Greg, that the left is so nonchalant about this?
Let's go, Greg.
That there are people who think America would be better off without Donald Trump.
Well, I would like to step back and take a look at the mentality, because I think Harold is right. This is like an endless game of rhetorical ping pong. Trump gets attacked. They say he's bad. He gets attacked again. They say he's worse. It's not going to change. I think it goes back to, well, there are two things. One, it's the sunk cost of your investment. Why continue with the rhetoric when you know there are destructive consequences? Because you've already invested so much time and effort in that. You've come too far in this mentality to stop now. How do you reconcile all those years of emotional and career investment in hating one person? Why do people stay at a lousy job? Why do people stay in a lousy marriage? Why do people persist in a bad political idea? It's because if you let it go, you feel like your life's been a waste. So you have people like Morning Joe can look positively embarrassing when he makes a statement, and the next day he'll double down on it because he can't let go. So you stay in it and you sink lower into this sunk cost instead of being smart, cutting your losses and chalking this waste of time up to experience. If you chalk it up to experience, it's not a waste of time. But also, I do think that this rhetoric is born from an evolutionary byproduct that's been turned on its head. Normal people, when they protect themselves and their loved ones, there are no ethical restraints. There are legal ones, but there are no ethical ones. You will break the law to protect your family, your children. You'll even break the law for your pet. The left turned this upside down. So there are no ethical restraints to protecting your ideas, your political ideas. It's not about how you feel about your kid or your parents. It's how you feel about climate, trans rights, a patch of land in the Middle East. These are not important issues to your family life or home life, but somehow it's been reversed. It's an inversion of concerns. So the most important issues in your life are pushed aside, and you've replaced it with these ideas that take over your life. You see this with activists. They're estranged from their family. Their friend circle is tiny. They struggle with jobs. They can't pay their rent. They can't pay their bills because this bigger mission has taken over their lives. I must glue myself to the freeway. I must splatter paint on art. I must threaten to kill the president. It's as though they've taken the idea of no ethical restraint and applied it to larger ideas. I see Hitler everywhere, therefore I can kill Hitler.
Scary.
Click here.
Wow. But what do y'all think of that, man? Comment down below. But boy, you just can't make this up, man. I know you look at the Hillary comments. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back, Hillary. But it's an absolute disgrace, you guys. But prayers for Trump, you guys. Prayers to you guys and your family. Prayers for America. We got to save America, man. We got to get our country back, man. We need common sense back. I'm sick of the lies, the brainwashing, the propaganda, the fake news. I'm sick of it all, just like you guys. We're all sick of it, man. And that's why I take pride in these videos. I take pride on this channel. We encourage everybody to go out and vote. Politics is a dirty game, though, man. It's a dirty game. Trump knows what he's against. We know what he's against. It's a corrupt system, corrupt machine. It has to be too big to rig. I love y'all. Bless you all and your families. I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you are new here. And hey, we got a huge video also coming on Springfield, Ohio. Shout out to my brother Lonnie that sent that over today. I can't wait to post that hour-long video of on-the-ground footage of what's going on in, with the immigration invasion in Springfield, Ohio. I mean, we got some amazing videos that are going to be dropped on this channel. So make sure y'all subscribe, that you have your post notifications on so you don't miss a video. And hey, I will catch you beautiful people in the next one, man. Peace and love, y'all.